Hello, Cheers to Business people. This is your humble Cheers to Business podcast producer, Johnny Gwynn. And between shutdowns, Hurricane Sally, and Karen starting more companies, we have not been able to get into the studio, or we just couldn't get the guests that we wanted to be on the show. So I went lurking through the underground wine cellar of past shows and found a vintage episode that was never released. Well, actually, it was a Facebook Live recording that I talked Karen and Cadie into doing, and it was only meant to be seen on Facebook and was never meant to actually be an episode of Cheers to Business. But luckily for us, I don't throw away anything, and so now we can enjoy this lost episode with the wonderful Cadie co-hosting. Plus, listening to it now, it seems like a time capsule, a reminder of when we could all go out in public, not have to be 6 feet away from each other, while hiding our much-needed smiles. Even though this show seems like it's from another time, Karen and Cadie discuss the importance of making a conscious effort of supporting our neighbors and local businesses whenever we can. Times have been so weird the last 6 months, and we just got through a freaking hurricane. It is more important than ever to keep our local money local, and I think this show is a great reminder of how we can all do our part to keep our favorite places open and growing the local economy, especially during the most difficult times. So enough for me. Let's get on with the show, following this message from our wonderful local sponsor, DocRx.
Before we start the show, I'm excited to announce that we have a new sponsor for this podcast, and it's DocRx. DocRx is a family-oriented company dedicated to tailor operational solutions for patient health and compliance programs that increases the quality and efficiency of patient-centered care, and always with the mission of the patient's health first. With over 10 years of experience helping doctors and their patients with diagnostic testing, patient monitoring, medical supplies, compliance, wholesale pharmacy, physician dispensing, billing, and much more. DocRx is your patient and health compliance solution, both under one roof. To find out how DocRx can help you, your hospital, pharmacy, or physician's office, see all their services at docrx.com. That's DOCRX.com. Now on to today's show.
Hey, I'm Karen. I'm a former CPA, entrepreneur, business consultant with big ideas, and I'm the mom.
I'm Cadie. I'm a payroll specialist, business owner, and detail-oriented person that makes things happen, and I'm the daughter. Welcome to Cheers to Business.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our first ever Facebook Live event. Cadie and I are here.
I'm terrified.
I think it's awesome, and I'm going to screw it up, and I don't care. Cheers to Business. We are a casual, serious podcast with free business advice while we drink wine.
All things business. And normally we drink wine, but what time is it?
Yeah, it's really early in the morning. I got to go to Rotary later and teach a class. So we're not going to bring in the wine, but we do want to thank our wine sponsor that always sponsors the podcast, Cheers to Business, and that is Brooke Golf at the Donkey Market. So, Brooke, we want to give a big shout out to you. Everybody go by and get your spirits from Brooke.
And everything. She has more than just wine, really, the cheese.
Well, the venue, too, for events. She's kind of changed it up a little bit.
She's over there on Schillinger Road.
Now, our show that came out today was with the amazing Amanda Birdie Gibson of Lemon Baby.
Lemon Baby, DOTCO.
Yeah, so go give us a listen. Amanda's on the show, and she talks about how we met, and that was actually through Corks and Forks, which is an event that's done by Brooke at the Donkey Market. So that kind of brings us to the topic we want to talk about today.
I'm really excited. This is something we're both passionate about.
Very much so. So we're going to be talking about shopping local.
And using local businesses, local services, and the benefit and why you should do it, and really make more of an effort. I feel like everybody kind of knows, yeah, we should use local, but the effects that it has not only on our community, but really everyone's personal lives.
And this is not a preaching live thing. It's more of a debate as to pros and cons and why we're guilty of it. So easy to jump on Amazon or anywhere else, but also the financial economic impact that it has. And those are some big words, but it really has a big meaning.
And making a movement for everyone just to be more conscious. You know, you don't have to shop local for absolutely everything. I feel like that's really unrealistic. But, you know, just choosing a few a month, really. And there's something called, we'll kind of get into it in a little bit, but the 350 Project. It's a movement, and it was actually here in Mobile.
See, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know about it either. Johnny, our producer, kind of brought it to our attention, and it's really, I think it's great. So the 350 Project, basically it's, think about 3 independently owned businesses. If they disappeared, you know, what would you miss? And I think one thing we'd like to point out is franchises. So oftentimes people get confused as far as franchises, are they locally owned or not? And they are.
We own a franchise.
Yeah, so Payroll Vault, it is locally owned and operated. So while, yes, it's this national brand and we pay to have access to that brand and that support, it is fully local as far as employing people in the community, paying taxes in the community, and giving back as far as joining chambers, sponsorships for nonprofits.
Oh, yeah. When we started talking about this, because we have been very passionate for a couple of years now, I Googled, like I do everything, and I came up with the American Independent Business Alliance, and they have an article under their resources tab, the multiplier effect of local independent businesses. And what that means is that the multiplier is comprised of 3 different elements. And I know I'm reading, you hate when I read, but it's the direct impact, the indirect, and the induced. Because if you think about it, if you buy at the W place, all right, if you buy at the W, which we all hate to go, but we all go there and spend
I go once a week, minimum.
$100 cover charge to walk in the door. So you walk in, those employees are getting paid, and they're going back out into the community. But when you shop local, the business owners going back out into the community, the employees they're also buying things for their businesses locally.
So that's mentioned in the 350 project. So if half of the employee population spent $50 each month in locally owned independent businesses, it would generate more than $42.6 billion in revenue.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just when you think about the money that it puts back in and keeps going, because when you or your staff goes out to another local business, you're putting that money there, then it's being recirculated and it's just keeping it in the community. So that's, I think, one of the biggest things. Mobile's on such a growth, it has been for a couple of years, and, everything's vibing. It's Mardi Gras season right now.
Downtown alone it's amazing.
St. Louis Street. Who knew in my old years that St. Louis would be what it's becoming now?
And so 2 of my favorite spots on that street, the Cheese Cottage.
Yay, Christy.
So
we love the cheese
delicious.
Cottage.
And did you know she does to-go stuff?
Yeah, she catered a mastery event for me.
Well, I didn't know that, and it could be dangerous.
Holy cow. It was fantastic.
And then the Old Mobile Antique Shop, or Antique Gallery. Love that.
There's some cool. I found a picture of my dog in there.
I got my room divider from there. And then also in that area, Nova Espresso. So really what we want to do this show is highlight local businesses that we love. Join us in the comments mentioning local businesses that you love in Mobile, Baldwin County, or if you're not from here, somewhere in your area.
And we kind of want to try something where we're going out to local businesses. So we're working on that with Johnny.
I think we should say what's going on Thursday night.
I can't wait.
I want people to join us.
Please.
So there's 13 spots available right now. Karen and I are going on the Bienville Bites food tour, the Mardi Gras tour. It's the night of the Stripers
food,
parade.
Alcohol.
We did do the alcohol tasting along with the food, of course.
Johnny, we might have to tape that.
So
come join us. We need some more, there's part of the group's out there already, but we'd like more, just the more the merrier.
Yeah,
We'd have a blast.
13 spots. Come join us.
And I think the Stripers are parading, so why not come down and be merry in Mardi Gras with us?
Well,
so please come.
I've never really gone to a parade without my kids. So, and normally, I'm like worried about them or trying to get...
You're just worried about me.
I haven't thought about that, but you are true. Okay. Well, so
you're going to take me home, right?
I need some help managing this one. So come on the Bienville Food Bites tour with us.
And support the local, because he's got a really cool story. We're going to have him on the show soon.
So let me throw out another statistic.
Okay.
For every $100 spent in locally owned stores, $68 returns to the community through taxes, payroll, and other expenditures. If you spend that in a national chain, only 43 stays here.
Okay. This article did a study, and it's got the studies on here. Who knows?
Well, and I think that this is a bit older.
Okay.
So it may not be accurate, but...
I looked for a date, but it didn't show, but it is on their page right now. And it says that the study found that each $100 spent at local independents generated $45 of secondary local spending compared to $14 for a big chain.
So the cycle continues.
So continue your cycle.
I think it's really important for us to make an effort to get out there and be social in real life. We're all the time sharing events on Facebook and new businesses on Facebook or Instagram or whatever platform you use. And more of us really need to get out there and actually visit these places.
I listened to the show this morning while I was getting ready, one that came out today, the Cheers to Business, and I was trying to keep up with how many local businesses we mention. Just in that one show, we do it every show. We're constantly coming up with emerging leaders with the Mobile Chamber. I sat next to Brent this morning at the executive roundtable at the chamber, and I said, we're always promoting you because they should find out today if that program's coming back. But I scrolled, sorry. I was going with local businesses that we continuously mention in its donkey market.
And it's just because we love them.
Exactly. Tony Salsa was on, we mentioned him.
Yeah.
And
it's Gunkles.
Kellerworks.
Southern Glow. She did.
Cadie got fake eyelashes.
They're
I want them
lash
so bad.
extensions.
They're fabulous,
they're real.
actually.
They're not falsies. But Cadie at Southern Glow. And it's just, I feel a connection to these people, owning a local business. And then business owners, there's just this kind of unspoken bond, I feel like, because it is hard.
You get what the other's going through.
It's a part of your life. You live it, you breathe it, you're so passionate, and you just want other people to love it as much as you do. And so that's why I just naturally love supporting other local businesess.
I've got one for you that people think is a chain, and it's not.
What?
Briquettes. Briquettes is local grown.
Yep, the Pains.
Absolutely. Becky and Brian. She was the caterer at Zia's, and he was the chef at, not Longhorn. What's that place?
They were both at previous restaurants.
Anyway, it's their concept because he only cooks on briquettes, and so both locations.
Briquettes is a steakhouse, and everything is delicious though.
Montlamar and Schillinger Road. Some others that we've mentioned, even the little, ones you might not think of, Opulence Design.
Oh, in Foul River.
In Foul River. It's cool. I've got a booth there with my crochet. Now that I came out, that I don't care how old I am.
Plug for herself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hey, talking about plug for ourselves, how about we plug Cheers to Business? We are almost at 1,000 likes. We're over 10,000 downloads as far as listeners.
We are really close to 1,000 likes, and that would be a big milestone for us. So if you guys would please share our page, invite others to like it.
Please.
Yeah,
go out there, share our stuff. That'll promote Amanda a little bit today. Or if you've got a favorite show we've had so many local business owners on our show. I mean, even Brooks Conkle, he was Facebook Live this morning, but he's a businessman. He's got different events going on, BizCon and the rest of them. We saw Abe and Carl Harper yesterday, and we got to hold the baby. That baby's so pretty.
As far as liking the page, that's on Facebook. But if you want to go back and listen to other episodes, which we highly encourage, there's been a lot. I know over 50. I'm not even sure the exact count.
But if you want to listen, 78.
You can go to Spotify, YouTube, the iHeart Radio app, everywhere, really. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we're there.
Yeah, I actually, for some reason, just hit YouTube this morning because I'm a subscriber to our own channel.
I would hope so.
Well, I was the second view. Somebody else had viewed it. And
it wasn't me. That's exciting.
It was 6 o'clock this morning or whatever time.
Thank you to our listener. Be sure to like it if you watch it on YouTube.
Absolutely. Let's talk about franchises again.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know when something's a franchise. Did you know that AT&T stores are franchises?
I didn't know that. Oh, the authorized
resellers. Let's see, what's another one?
Well, like Rock and Roll Sushi.
McDonald's are franchises. But
that's where, so I have a question. That's where you get into multi-unit.
Yep.
So typically when someone has a McDonald's, they own multiple ones, which it's still locally
the Newts that was here, and Mississippi and Alabama are all owned by one man in Mississippi. So you're helping the economy. The food's good too. But really, the overall profit of the revenue is going back to Mississippi. So you don't know.
That's not to say don't use multi-unit franchises.
No, because you have no way of knowing.
Well, and that's the thing. I want to go back to, we're not preaching to only use local. I just want to make a conscious effort to be aware of where I'm spending my money.
How about that Facebook post that was going around pretty recently? And it says, when you promote locally, then you are helping for them to put their kids into the sports events,
ballet.
or ballet. You're not helping some corporate magnet. No offense, kudos to corporate magnets, but you're not helping them with their kid, pay to get into college.
Yeah. And it's just, the full circle effect as far as when you support a local business, you're supporting to pay that local employee, which is then, putting their child in those local organizations. And it's just, we need it.
The cycle continues.
Exactly. Frios, gourmet pops. I love them.
Oh,
They're
I was
these
on a
popsicles.
panel.
I had a mint one time.
He's so cool. I was on a panel with him at BizCon last year.
Or where are some places that you would like to go? Or what?
I want to go to SoCo. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, and they've got that new balcony opening, or they were trying to name the balcony. There's so many places.
There's so many the restaurants that have opened up downtown, but it doesn't have to be a restaurant.
I want the axe throwing.
Oh, I want to, please, Johnny, can we get, I really want to throw an axe. He's ignoring me. I really want to throw an axe. Okay, so axe throwing. Can you see us in the trampoline place?
Oh, no. I'll take the kids. We'll have like a family event. I don't jump though. So that's another thing. If you have a team, that's the support a local business. Go to do what did we used to call it? Eat Local Friday, where you and your team go eat lunch at a local business, or that evening you could go do an activity.
You know what I used to do for Christmas parties? We'd go bowling. We did Laser Zone one time. We did the duck
Laser
boats.
Zone. I'm glad
Zone.
you brought that up. Laser Zone. That we did a Christmas party.
That was fun. Everybody tried to kill me.
So, and that's what I love these places where it's really both the best of both worlds. So you can go with your team, all adults, kind of let loose a little bit, but then you can also take your family. So they do birthday parties, after school stuff. It's really great.
All right. If you'd like us to come visit you, give us a call. Let us know. Message us on Facebook. We'd love to come see you.
Put it in the comments of this video so that others can see it as well.
And the local businesses that we know and we support, and if we did not mention you today, please know that it was just a time constraint more than anything.
You're in our heart.
We'll see you soon. We'll spend our money.
Just wave at us and we'll come see you.
All right, guys. That's been fun today. It's our first one. Feel better about it now?
A little.
Want to do it again?
Yeah,
yes. Say yes.
Totally.
Yeah, we're going to do it again. All
But
right.
next time we're going to do it in the afternoon so we can have some wine from Donkey Market.
Heck yeah. Here's Brooke. Brooke.
Pick out our wine for the next thing. So can I mention that about Donkey Market? I don't know a lot about wine.
No, nothing.
And
I can't even say 'em.
yeah, we can't even say the names. But when we go there, I kind of just describe, what I like, what I've drank previously, what I don't like, and they can really pick you a wine that suits your palate. Do I sound a wine person? So cheers to shopping local.
All right. Cheers.
Please be sure to subscribe to Cheers to Business podcast on iTunes or anywhere else that you get your podcast. Visit our Facebook and be sure to give us a like. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss, shoot us an email from the website cheerstobusiness.com.